Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I am a Boeing 737 pilot, and on this video I'm going to show you how to best prepare and execute a very short flight in the Boeing 737. We're currently standing in Gran Canaria and we are going to do a little flight over to Tenerife, which is just about 80-mile flight on a direct distance, and looking at our route a tiny bit more, about 100 nautical miles. Now, flights like these are regularly done by several operators in several parts of the world. The one I have picked is an intermediate flight between two longer sectors, coming from Germany to one Canary Island, then ferrying the plane over to another. Well, ferrying is the wrong word. It is a flight with passengers on board. Then you offload some in Tenerife and then go back to Germany. So a nice 3-sector day with 2 long and 1 short flights. However, it is critical on these flights to manage them correctly. So let's head right over into the flight deck and see what parts we could already do on the ground before going into the air, as that is the most crucial on doing such a short sector. Of course, we've done our entire flight deck setup and the airplane is prepared for the flight towards Tenerife. However, let's have a look into what parts of the descent preparation we can do already on the ground. So we can fill the entire VNAV descent page out, speed restriction, forecast page. Well, we cannot do the fixed rings yet, because we need them for our engine out standard instrument departure. However, we can prepare the arrival already. And this is what I have prepared for the arrival. Today I want to fly hopefully a visual approach to a 4-mile final in Tenerife, and this is what I've done. Normally our standard instrument departure would take us all the way to the Tenerife sur VOR. However, I've created a waypoint 10 miles before that for a 10-mile downwind for the ILS approach, and then I've created a waypoint 5 miles in between, and I've created a waypoint 4 miles ahead of the runway. And I have already tried to link up that waypoint 4 miles ahead of the runway with the TFS-02 point on the downwind, making for a nice 6-mile base onto a 4-mile final for the visual approach. We have inserted this altitude restriction, so that pretty much completes the entire vertical and lateral planning of our approach right here on the ground. Also, since we want to maintain sterile cockpit for as much as possible, certainly for the climb and the descent, we are going to conduct both the departure and the arrival briefing on here on the ground. Talking about it, the next thing that we can prepare already on the ground is the performance calculator. So, of course I have prepared my takeoff performance, but very important to also do the landing dispatch performance. Now, legally you need to do that on the ground anyway, but I know that flight simulators tend not to do that. So, with this, the information from the landing dispatch page mostly carries over to the landing and route page, so we really only need to listen to the HOTAS and fill out the latest data once we are on the way. So, all that's left to be done in the air then is to enter the approach frequencies, the fixed rings, and quickly revise the most vital parts of the approach briefing. Other than that, pretty much leaving us with an entirely completed approach setup and briefing. And this is the only way how you can professionally conduct such a short flight. If you take off and try to do everything in the air, you will just have insufficient time available. So, with this, we are fully prepared for the pushback. I am going to time accelerate this forward a little bit for you guys so that you can see the actual flight conducted. Okay, with that, let's head right into the pushback and into the departure sequence. Welcome to the holding point of runway 03 left at Gran Canaria Airport. Now from here on we are going to run this flight in real time so that you can see everything as it happens in action. Now below flight level 100, as said, we want to maintain sterile cockpit, so it is even more important that we are going to carry out anything that we do have to do in the air above flight level 100. So sit back, relax and enjoy the flight with us. Now I'm going to act mostly as a flight crew as we would do in real life from this point on for the entire flight, and I'm only going to provide occasional explanations as I feel that everything that is about to happen is just something you need to see in action in order to be able to know how it is actually done. So, please confirm readback. Clear for Larnaca and takeoff runway 03 left. Okay, seat the cabin crew below the line, please. MCP, set, transponder, TARA, strobe lights, on, landing lights, on. Before takeoff checklist complete. Ready to go? Okay. Timing. Stabilized. Set takeoff thrust. Takeoff thrust set, indications normal. 80 knots, checked. V1, rotate. Gear up, positive rate. Command A, back up. Flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1. On to go. Flaps up, speed check, flaps up. In area's departure low, Airline 579 Lima, passing 2,500, climbing 3,000. Airline 579 Lima, climb maintain, flight level 100. Set. 100 checked. VNAV. Alternate event. Flaps up, no lights. VNAV is on, set standard. Passing flight level 30, climbing flight level 100 after takeoff checklist. And that looks pretty smooth. Let's release the cabin crew. After takeoff checklist, air condition and pressurization 1.8. Set. Altimeters. Standard twice, passing 4-3, climbing flight level 100. After takeoff checklist complete. Okay, delete the speed restriction, please. Airline 579 Lima, proceed direct Drano. Adriano, Evelyn, 571 Lima. Execute. LNAV available. LNAV. Airline 579 Lima, report requested flight level. Request flight level 150, Airline 579 Lima. Airline 579 Lima, roger, climb flight level 150. Climb flight level 150, Airline 179 Lima. Set. 150 checked once, twice, and 3 times. 1.5. That full climb thrust. Full climb thrust is coming. And full climb thrust set. Okay, and we're above the MSA. Standby instrument is going to stand that as well. Altimeters. Passing flight level 100, climbing 150, 10 checks. Fuel. Balanced. 4 pumps on, lights off, APU off, air condition and pressurization. 4.8, maintaining, set, fasten belts, looks smooth to me. Auto, recall, check, monitoring 1 to 1.5, CPDLC not available, 10 checks complete. Okay, I will give you the controls, then we can start with the final approach preparations. You have control, command A and 1 LNAV VNAV speed. Check, I have control. Vertical speeds. So we are now burning 500 kilos. Checked. Landing weight 62.1. Flap 30 landing. Auto brakes 3. And we have 1 to go. 1,000 feet a minute. Okay, let me quickly grab the HOTAS. So 060 at 18, 17 degrees, 1022. Okay, 1022 is pre-selected. So minimum 435. Set. Okay, leveling off, VNAV. Conset. Okay, let's quickly put that into the performance tool, landing en route. We have 07, 2.5, dry runway. The latest wind we just got was 060 at 18. We have 17 degrees and 1022. Let's try flap 30 landing, and we calculated 62,100 for the landing weight. And due to the 18 knots headwind, 9 knots correction. Okay, calculate that. Auto brake 3, 1995, 48 minutes. And that looks good to me. Okay, so flaps 30, auto brake 3 it is. Any more questions? No? Okay. Then 2 miles to the top of descent, let's request descent. Airline 579 Lima, request descent. Airline 579 Lima, descending flight level 70. Set, 70 checked. We're in VNAV, it'll start the descent momentarily. Okay, descent checklist please. Pressurization. Land alt 0 feet set, anti-ice off, approach with fuel discussed, ES and outbox checked and set, descent checklist complete. And we're leaving cruise level, seatbelts on. Seatbelts on. Okay, a little bit high on the profile here. Let's upgrade the direct to mirror on, see what happens. Okay, we're on profile. Very good. Then, my controls. LNAV, VNAV path, command A. Okay, so our destination is just over there, Tenerife Sur Airport. Do you have any questions on the briefing? Is there anything that is left unclear with you? No? Okay, very nice. I will quickly give the cabin crew a call. You have controls. Hi, it's Emmanuel here. So, just to let you know, we will be landing in approximately 10, probably 12 minutes-ish. Weather is good, we don't expect any turbulence, and that's it. Any questions? Okay, thank you. Alright, the cabin crew knows what's going on. A quick last word here on the arrival setup. I've set the airplane up for the visual approach to 4 miles, but everything is tuned for the ILS. So we are going to do the visual towards 4 miles, and then we will intercept the ILS approach from there. So at 4 miles we basically intercept the ILS. On the base leg we'll go gear down, flaps 15, and then VNAV is going to provide us with a nice way into the final approach. And that's pretty much it. Airline 579 Lima, descent 3000 feet, QNH 1022. Set 3000 checked, set altimeter 1022. Passing 10,600, descending 3,000, no flags, standby altimeter set. And we can do the 10 checks as well. Passing 10.3, descending 3,000. Fuel balanced, 4 pumps on, lights on, angle of bank 25, air conditioner and pressurization 4.7. Slightly descending. Set, fasten belts, on, recall, checked. 21.5 deselected, CPDLC is locked off. Cabin crew 10 minutes to landing, 10 minutes. 10 checks complete. Okay, the speed is a little bit on the high side here due to that turbulence, but that's fine for me. As long as it doesn't exceed 260, we can deal with it. Okay, we are now like 20 miles out from the airport. We still don't receive the addons of the ILS, but the airport is just over there, so we can report runway inside and go for the visual then. In the meantime, I'll use a bit of speed brake to get that speed back down. Let's update that direct to TFS01, please. Okay, Airline 579 Lima, runway inside, request visual approach. Okay, cleared visual approach, Airline 579 Lima. Then you can... Let's go direct TFS02, and from there we'll go direct Romeo Whiskey 001. Execute. We are pretty well on profile. Let's make this hard as well. And that looks all good to me. So, quick distance cross check, 21 miles, we're in 5,000, but we still have to lose the speed and got a tiny bit of tailwind. So this means 15 miles, 20 miles, 21 miles, matches the FMC distance, so we are doing good. Okay, so we are cleared for the visual approach, then let's set the MCP, 1400 feet. We still don't get the items. Let's start with the frisk already, and then we'll see. Frequencies 109.7, active nav 1, nav 2, fixed rings runway 07, 10, 4, items, to go, standby instruments, set, and courses 073. Approach checklist. Altimeter instruments, cross-checked, approach rates, checked and set, approach checklist complete. And flaps 1, speed checked. Flaps 1. Flaps 5. Speed checked. Flaps 5. And over there is our runway. Airline 579 Lima, turning right base, runway 07. Airline 579 Lima, tower 119.0. Bye bye. Tenerife Tower, Buenas Tardes, Airline 579 Lima, right base, runway 07, visual approach. Runway 07, clear to land, Airline 579 Lima. Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing.
2500.
Terrain noted. Okay, I'm receiving the items now. India Tango Sierra and India Tango Sierra. Okay then, approach aids checked and set, approach checklist complete. Oh, we are within plus minus 400 feet of the final approach track, that means we can turn final. Probably gonna go right over these hotels over here, but that's what they get for building them in a 4-mile final. Approaching descent. 500 feet, VNAV path, speed intervent. Gear down, flap 15. Match speed, landing checklist. Start switches, continuous, recall, checked, speed brake. Armed green light, landing gear down 3 green, auto brake 3 set. Holding a flaps. Okay, approach data looks good. Approach armed. Warlock captured. Glide slope captured. $7,000 feet set. Runway heading 073. Flaps 30. Speed checked.
1000.
18 knots headwind, that means 154. Okay, complete the landing checklist. I totally forgot where we were, let's do it again. Start switches continuous, recall checked, speed brake arm green light, landing gear down 3 green, auto brake 3 set, flaps 30, 30, green light, landing lights on, landing checklist complete. Crew seated, clear to land. Disconnecting automatics. 500 continue.
Plus 100.
Correct.
Minimums.
Continue. Last globe is checked on the puppy.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Speed brake up, thruster is normal. 80%. 100 knots. Idle reverse. Manual brakes, auto brake disarm. And after 23 minutes, welcome to Tenerife. So, this is just how busy a short flight like this is, and this shows you why preparation and why doing everything you can on the ground is so important. We've had a cruise of maybe 3 minutes, about 20 nautical miles, and well, this is just what we have to live with, and a professional pilot would not aim to initially request, or would not aim to plan on requesting extra track miles to get time to prepare for the landing. Of course, if you have to, you have to, and there is nothing wrong with doing it if you just are not ready by the time you reach your approach area. However, good planning can definitely avoid this from happening, and as you can see, there was really not a lot for us to do in the air. Only a little bit of preparation work and the final determination of the landing data as soon as we were in reception range of the landing HOTAS. Now, I hope that you have enjoyed today's video, and if you did, then do let me know in the comments below what you think about it. I am certainly looking forward to read what you guys have to say, and until then would like to thank you very much for flying with us. If you do want to support the channel, you can consider becoming a channel member, where you will get early access to a lot of new previously unreleased videos, and where you can also in first class membership request me to do certain videos that you would like to see. But for now, thank you very much for flying with me. I hope that you have enjoyed today's flight, and I am wishing you a very good evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is when you are currently watching this. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to see you all again very soon.